G'day folks, welcome to Rex Hunt's Fishing Adventures YouTube channel. It's great to have you along for the ride. Now tonight we've got a very interesting show for you, and it's informative and entertaining. First up we go to the South Island of New Zealand, where Steve and I team up with young Will Spry. We gotta catch a trout, we'll have to have a look because they're pretty hard to catch down there. And then the terrible twins, Steve and Bushy, go to Wigram Island. Beautiful bush camp there. But I'm sure having a look at the footage, there was some sort of shark congregation there. My goodness gracious me. Roll the tape, Bob.
Look at that!
The old bearded birdler, he's in his element.
Threw it into his mouth.
Unbelievable, mate. It's just like nature. It's what we're all about. I tell you what, this is just fantastic.
Wagons, ho!
Oh, thank your mother for the rabbits.
Just when they think it's safe to come out, not an animal! Bang!
I guess in the end, that's probably why we all go fishing.
Oh my God.
Is that a fish?
That's a log.
Look, he's moving up onto the sand. Oh. Have a go, Rex.
What? Have a go.
This one's a sitter for you.
It's the worst place to cast. You're very caring. Gee whiz. I tell you what, my missus won't believe this.
That's it. Yes. Oh.
Oh, there's something on the end of the thing. I've lost me fly. I want to thank you a lot, Stephen. That was just fantastic of you to do
Do you want me to have a go?
Yes, you can have a go if you must.
Come on back, Rex.
Oh,
Just a bit too short.
good shot.
No, it's got to be longer. Oh, no.
You idiot.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Stand aside. You idiot.
Come on up. You can't see you from down here.
Okay.
And now. You beauty, Rex. Watch him. Watch my rod. Oh, fantastic, Rex. He's gone. I'm using a high density sinking line here to get the fly down nice and deep. Once I get it down probably 10, 12 metres under the surface, I'm stripping it in as fast as I can to imitate a bait fish coming up through the water column. And I'm stripping the loose line into this plastic box so that it doesn't blow all around my feet and spill into the water. It's a good system. I've caught a lot of fish doing this.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh,
Hold the bus.
not a bad fish, Bushy.
What do you reckon?
It is.
Gonna nominate?
Trevally clan.
Trevally Clan. That's a fairly wimpy nomination up here.
Into the backing. Ooh, he's a nice strong fish. See if he's got a mate with him, Bushy.
All right, I'll drop this jig down, see what happens.
Oh, he's being sharked. Oh,
How's he ever? Have a look at that. Oh, look at that. There's about 5 of them.
Look at the
they're
blood.
eating sharks. I'll give you the message, Steve. Don't fall in.
Oh, look at that! Oh, Bushy, that's my fish.
You mean that was your fish?
Yes! Look at the shark!
I'll see if I can hook the shark on the lure.
Yeah, get him out of the way for me,
I'll
Bushy.
try.
That'd be great.
See if he'll take this lure.
There he is. The shark must be under him.
There's the fish.
Right up on the surface.
Queenie.
It's a queenie, eh?
There's the sharky. I can't see.
There's
No,
the
he's
shark.
right on it.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them, Bushy.
I'm trying to get him on this lure forever.
Oh, the queenie jumped over their head.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, look, look. No, keep jumping, mate. Keep jumping. I'm with you.
I don't want to eat this lure though. They're not that silly.
Oh, look at this, Bushy. Don't fall in.
Jeez, look at that. Oh no.
Oh,
He's got
Bushy.
it. He's got it.
Oh, Bushy, I got the shark.
What's the record shark on a fly rod, Stevie?
He's a big shark. Aren't they fast, those sharks? You know, like the queenie is going flat out and those sharks were turning with it.
Yeah, they sort of surrounded it too. There's
Yeah,
about
that's
4
true.
of them there. And one's going one way and the other one got in front of him. He was history. Oh, Queenie.
I just can't believe he won't let go unless the flyer's actually...
Just got stuck into him. I'd say the hook's into him.
Yeah,
Steve.
I'd say so. He would have bitten through the queenie by now.
And you've got a wire trace on there,
Yeah,
obviously.
short bit of wire. So I'm connected to a shark, like it or not. We'll see how he goes on the fly rod. He's a heavy beast.
It's funny, isn't it? They really know what's meat and what isn't. I had this big lure in there
Yep.
and just ripping it past them, and they
guess
didn't want to know about that.
The difference with your lure is it didn't have a little trickle of blood coming out of the corner of its mouth, and it didn't just have that smell and vibration
No,
that the real McCoy has.
certainly knew the difference.
Oh, he might have finally spat it out, or what's left of it. See what comes up out of the briny. There's not much of anything left on here. And I'd say he's got it again. Oh, Bushy.
Come on!
There he is.
Oh, 2 of them.
3 of them.
3 of them,
Oh,
4
no,
of them.
I've got him this time. Bushy,
Steve, I think you're
I'm in
supposed
serious
to
strife here,
be.
mate.
Aren't you supposed to be catching the fish, not the other way around?
Oh, I'm going to blow a fly line here. Not careful. Got to get that drag off. Okay. Now I can get out from under the boat.
How are you going on the anchor rope?
I don't know. Now I've got the shark on. Well and truly. Okay. I'll see if I can bring this through, Bushy. It's gone right under the boat. Whoop, he spat it out again. I don't think I can't remember the last time I had so much fun and didn't land a fish.
So it's going along very nicely, folks, and some of that stuff over 20 years ago just reminds me what a great time we had. Hope you're enjoying the show tonight. Now, we go to the northwest coast of Western Australia to a place called Broome. It's magnificent. South of there is a little pristine creek. Steve Starling had a look before we arrived, and he hosted me and introduced me to some of the local inhabitants. Down at Tumby Bay in South Australia, there is a reputation for some seriously big snapper. So Bushy and I decided we better catch one of these blokes. Finally, the Great Australian Bight is a magnificent part of this particular planet. And Steve went down the steps, caught some salmon, and then caught something he wasn't bargaining for. Roll the tape, Bob.
There.
Adding on the tree trunks there, it looks like it might have dropped an inch or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Starting to drop now.
Just turned.
Oh, mate, I tell
Oh,
you
he
what.
hit that and came straight to the surface. I had that fly down a good 6 or 8 feet, I'd say, and he just bolted straight up to the surface.
Oh, nice
Look,
fish.
aren't
Yeah.
they beautiful?
They are beautiful.
Woo, look at that. Oh, gosh, they're lovely.
Aren't they?
Whoa, he's not finished yet. They sort of save a bit, don't they?
do. Save a bit for the camera.
Whoa.
Gee, what a
nice fish.
A little short shock tippet there.
What a nice fish. Open up your mouth there, mate.
There you
Open
go,
up
if you
your
have to.
mouth there for Rexy.
He's clamped those jaws together, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You got him.
Beautiful fish.
Well done. Thanks,
Now,
Rex.
look at that fly.
Do you know he had 2 or 3 goes at that, and it's just the softest little
Look
tap.
at that, and it just actually fell out.
Yep.
Isn't that just fantastic? Oh. Your first one on fly, mate.
It is indeed.
Isn't that a beautiful fish?
I've been waiting for this for a long time. Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Are they unique to Australia?
No, they're found in parts of Southeast Asia as well, and up into the Bay of Bengal near India. Oh,
Yeah.
Rex, they're hitting bait out here. They're definitely around. But they're a wonderful, wonderful fish.
Yeah, there you are. Well, I'll let him go. Give him a bit of a kiss and see if he's okay.
Oh, he's all right.
He's gone. Oh my goodness gracious me. Take me back to Port Phillip. Take me back to Port Phillip Flathead. Oh. Now, I think it's like shooting rats with a 12-gauge shotgun here. It's a little bit of an underkill. And, but still, Jeff, our skipper today, said, well, you're going whiting fishing, are you, Rexy? And now I see what he means. I thought, oh, a few nice little school snapper, 4 or 5 pound in the old scale. Use 4 or 5 pound whiting heads for bait over here, folks. Certainly giving us a little bit of a workout on this snapper rod. Wow. Oh, look at this fish here.
Mate,
My goodness gracious me, Bushy.
how are we going to get him though?
no
We're going to
idea.
eat that one. We could gaff him if we're going to eat him. Here he comes.
Oh, nice fish.
Righto, you want to try and net him? Not a
Just
problem.
hold that, will you, Bushy?
Ah, my big chance.
There's a blue-breasted butterfly. Bushy, come here.
Just get.
Is this the only net you've got on board?
It's the only one I could fit in my pocket.
Tell you
on
what,
the
all
plane.
right then.
He'll fit.
Willie?
Oh yeah. Oh wee.
Wow, have a look at that. Now that is a one heck of a fish. There is no doubt about that. And he's just hooked in the lip. And look at that. Wow, he was never ever going to get off. And I can just take the hook out just like that. Look at that. That is one heck of a South Australian snapper. And I tell you what, the big breeding snapper must be doing their job. I just think there's so many of these fish down here, folks, if we can afford to put a few of these back. Our skipper aboard investigator Jeff Wolford has certainly come good with the goods this afternoon. The change of tide in one of the deepest parts of this magnificent gulf. And how about that, folks? If that doesn't warm your blood, nothing will. Magnificent snapper. The fish of a lifetime. See you later, mate.
Oh, look at this thing go. This is a big fish. Screaming out line. Now what I'm going to do is just back the drag off a little bit, because as the spool diameter diminishes, the drag automatically increases. What we'll have to start doing, I think, is getting Patches to start taking us back a little bit on this fish. This reel is actually warm to touch. That is some run. He's still going too. Do something.
Go backwards?
That'd be a good start. What a critter! Just important to keep everything smooth at this stage. He invested a lot of energy in that first run, but he could still have another surge left in him at the last. And it pays to be aware of that and be ready to drop the rod tip a little bit, maybe even back the drag off if this fish screams off again. Okay, I tell you what, that is one of the biggest barracuda I've ever caught. It's not the longest barracuda I've ever seen, but it is one of the most heavily built. Have a look at this, Jenny. Look at the head on it. Woo!
It's huge.
See if he can do his little trick and swim him onto the transom here.
He's a bit weary.
Look at that. That is a beast of a fish. Just have a look at the teeth down here. Come down and have a look, Jen. He won't bite you, probably.
Don't want to get too close.
I don't think we'll try and get that hook out. It's just there in the roof of his mouth, but what I'll do is just cut the wire. Look at the size of its tail and that beautiful scalloping that you get along the back edge of a greater barracuda's tail. Alrighty, I'm going to pick him up.
Okay.
Oh, well, I might have to
Don't drop it.
reassess my weight estimate. I'd say it's probably 23 or 24 kilos. Okay, we'll spear him in down here, I think. Trying not to launch myself as well. And I'll spear him in head first, which will get the water going through his gills. Yep, and the tail's into gear, and down he goes. Well, I tell you what, folks, it's not too often that I can confidently predict that I'm going to hook a fish on my very first cast, but I'd take money on this one. Out goes the lure. Yeah, and I've got him! Oh, took about 6 turns of the handle, I guess, after the lure hit the water, before the first hard-fighting Australian salmon just climbed all over it. Come on, fella. I'll get him in that wave. Up the beach he comes. Just use the power of the water. Don't fight the water. If he does that, it starts to run back. Sometimes you've got to let him go. They're so lively. Beautiful fish. I'll bleed him out and he'll be great for the table.
Stevie, 50 metres, 2 o'clock.
Okay. Oh yes, I see him there. Look at him go! Look at him go! Oh, the whole sea is alive with it. I'm keeping it ahead of him and I couldn't. Oh, he's running like crazy. I actually tried to get the lure away from the fish and it was impossible. And there's a lesson there for people who wind too slowly with their lures. Oh, I think he spat it. I might be able to get it away from him. No, another one got it. People who wind too slowly and they think, oh, the fish won't catch it if I go really fast. I'll tell you something. There isn't a predatory fish in the sea that can't catch the fastest lure if it really wants it. Well, I think this might fall into the category of biting off more than you can chew. There's been a shark in here terrorising this school of salmon that I'm fishing for. So I put one of the smaller salmon on and just threw him back in the surf, and within seconds the shark came in and I could see him hunting the salmon, and then bang, he hit it. And now I'm hooked up to quite a decent whaler shark, and I think it's just too much animal for this gear, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, I got him at the moment anyway. Come away from the rocks, you bugger. There he goes, out through the surf. He might have spat it. Well, folks, he jumped out of the water and threw the bait. Well, that's what he did to my bait. And you can see there by the size of each individual tooth hole and the size of the bite radius that he was a pretty decent shark. That was a lot of fun. I might have to try that again.
Good stuff. Now it's time to cross the Nullarbor to Perth on Western Australia's west coast. And off Perth is a place called Rottnest Island, and further west, around about 10 or 12 k's, is a FAD, a fish attracting device. And what sort of fish does it attract? They're dolphin fish. No, not dolphins, which are porpoises. They're dolphin fish, one of the fastest growing fish in the sea. They are magnificent. They're pretty, they fight well, and they end up beautifully on the dinner plate. I went with a man that doesn't have a surname. His name is Neil Patrick, but he's a good friend of ours, manufacturer of Halco lures. And Neil, I'm sure you'll be watching. Have a look at this.
Come share the great outdoors with Rex, he'll show you how it's done. When he throws a line in, the adventure's just begun. Friendly faces, special places, tips that never fail ya. Come with Rex, hunt, fishing, Australia. Out on the mighty ocean, a secluded bay somewhere. When and where they're biting, you can bet you'll find Rex there. All is quiet and peaceful, then you hear that famous crack.
Absolutely magnificent. Will you take a look at that?
The latest gaff on tackle, how it works and why. Stories of the ones that got away in days gone by. Friendly faces, special places, tips that never fail ya. Come with Rex, hunt, fishing, Australia.
A little bit of silk here, folks. I wonder whether the Johnny Bertrand, my old sparring partner for Mordialloc High, will be using one of these wing keel jobs in the America's Cup Challenge. This is what it's all about. Just after sunup in Western Australia on Perth's superb Swan River. Now I'm here at the local yacht club at the express permission of Neil Patrick for a day on the salt and briny on the mighty Indian Ocean. G'day Neil, good to see you.
Morning, Rex.
Got the crew on board, you got the cook, you got the deckhand, you got the chief cook and bottle washer.
We're going to have a good day, Rex.
A lot of you will remember Neil, we had a look at his factory in Fremantle. He is the manufacturer of the famous Halco lures. Now you've got a few of the local product, we're going to try it on some of the local species today.
We sure have. I hope we catch some dolphin fish today, Rex.
To coin a phrase folks, wagons, ho! Well, I tell you what, I haven't got time to sort of do anything out here, folks. I lost me tit for tat, put on the other one, that's why I bring two. And you just don't go out game fishing and catch fish. There is a reason for everything in fishing. Now, if you're fishing on the end of a pier, you fish around the pylons, because that's the structures that attracts the fish and the feed right from the start. Same as if you fish in the Murray River or the Goulburn River for trout or Murray cod or redfin, you fish around the snags, the fallen trees, because that's where the fish are. It's no good being where the fish ain't. So what do you do on the continental shelf about 20 miles off Perth in Western Australia? You fish on the continental shelf where the currents are coming down from the north. The birds are very, very active here, and that's a good sign. The birds are the telltale sign on the continental shelf. And the FAD, a fish attracting device placed here by the Perth Game Fishing Club, and it attracts beautiful fish like this. You can see the school of fish behind this fish. This is a dolphin fish, not to be confused with a dolphin. This is a dolphin fish, one of the prettiest pelagic species in the ocean and one of the best eating. Now, this is a juvenile, and a very, very nice fish at that. Neil has got the gaff in there, and have a look at that. A lot of you may not have seen these fish, but they are just beautiful. They are pretty active, as you can see. They are one of the pretty fish of the sea, Neil.
They are absolutely beautiful. This is only a very small fish.
Yeah.
But you can see the colour on it.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is absolutely magnificent. Tell us a little bit about the dolphin fish and its habits.
They are the fastest growing fish in the sea, the dolphin fish.
Fastest growing fish in the sea.
There's quite a few around the FADs. They like living underneath structures.
Yeah.
And you see a lump of wood in the water, and
Yeah.
that's a great place to fish for it. You can see that colour coming out now, the
Yeah, it
blues
is
and the
lovely.
yellows, and that's beautiful to eat.
Oh,
That
of
is
course.
one of the best fish in the sea to eat.
Fishing's a waiting game and a thinking game. Always be alert wherever the fishing situation is. That dolphin fish that we just caught regurgitated dozens of these juvenile, what we believe are small dolphin fish. And most fish will eat until they become so sick that they regurgitate everything that they've eaten. And the idea of a lure is to totally represent what they're feeding on. And this Laser Pro has got this bib in the front, and it actually sways from side to side. Gives a beautiful action, and this new shiny finish that Halco have got represents a real good attractant to the lure. The lure that we took the dolphin fish on trolling is a 110 gram trembler. It's full of ball bearings, and you can probably hear it now. It rattles when it goes through the water, and it trembles, and it gives out all of these signs that I'm injured, I'm really scared. And this is what hunters are all about, whether it's tigers in Africa, marlin on the continental shelf, or dolphin fish off Perth. When there's a real action syndrome as far as a wounded fish, bang, they go in and they attack the lure. But it looks like the fish may have gone down for the time being, and it's time now to try something different. What I want to show you now is we're near this fish attracting device. We're going to motor back to the fish attracting device and start a burley trail. Because if you can get a bit of burley in the water and get the fish excited, we're going to have some action like you're going to see coming up in a minute. Okay, 6 kilo gear. Okay, punters, this is what it's all about. Number 20 hook embedded into a Western Australian pilchard. They call them muleys here. So if you ask for a block of pilchard, they don't know what you're talking about. But muleys, that's it. A trace of about 30 pound down to a double and a split ring, and we've got a sinker. That's just to make sure that the bait goes down a bit. And the reason here is because the mutton birds are absolutely ravenous. Now what we do is we just place the whole rig into the water, just like that, turn the ratchet on. We don't want you, mate. We don't want you. Get away from there. That's not for you. Hey, 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 hey. So, look, all I've got is a head there. Now you watch that head. Watch that head. Whoa! He's got it. Now, if there's anything better than that, folks, look at him go. Ripper, ripper, snorter, rooter-rooer. Have a look at this. Pardon me if I get a bit excited, folks, but I know that you people sitting back there in your lounge rooms are going to enjoy this. And the minute that I don't get this real rush of adrenaline, I'm going to give this game away. But to me, oh, this is what Rex Hunt Fishing Australia is all about. You can't get any better than that, folks. A beautiful juvenile dolphin fish on the continental shelf with Neil Patrick. Come across here, Neil. It must be exciting that 1 hour from your back door you've got world-class pelagic game fishing.
It's wonderful, and it's been so good for the game fishing sport. And the ethic of letting them go, and it's developed a hell of a thing in Western Australia.
We've got enough for lunch. I think we might catch a couple off camera, put a tag in them, let them go. But if we all only take what we need for our immediate needs, whether it be mullet, marron, yabbies, western rock lobster, dolphin fish, marlin, the big thing is that this fishing is going to be here forevermore, and it's up to us as anglers, Neil, to pass it on to the next generation.
It sure is, and we want our kids to look after it.
Well, Neil might always be the boss, but I'm always Rex Hunt and he's not. It's time to head to the northern tip of Rottnest Island for the seafood luncheon of a lifetime.
Folks, it's time now to go to one of our favourite destinations at Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures. We're always made welcome there with one of the best guides in the business. His name is Lance Butler. Now, Bushy and I said, Lance, we want to catch a barramundi in the ocean. We want to catch a silver bullet. And Lance, as usual, didn't let us down.
Look at that!
The old bearded birdler, he's in his element.
Threw it into his mouth. Unbelievable, mate.
It's just like nature. It's what we're all about.
I tell you what, this is just fantastic. Wagons, ho! Oh, thank your mother for the rabbits.
Just when they think it's safe to come out, not an animal. Bang!
I guess in the end, that's probably why we all go fishing.
Mid-morning on the west coast of a magnificent island called Croker, facing the magnificent Timor Sea. And the human Broome and I have come out here on the mid-tide on the flood in search of some saltwater barramundi, young man.
I'll probably fall out of the boat if I get a hook up, Rexy. I just really love the salties. They're just so fat, silver and aggressive.
Our man Lance here has had a lot of experience in these salties. They mill around here at this time of the year waiting for a heavy rain and a breakthrough from the billabong and the estuaries to start running to get a bit of the old action to play mummies and daddies. But they're out here and they're hungry. I am too, folks. I'm hungry for a salty. He went whack.
Big boil.
Oh, come away from those rocks. Come away from those rocks. Come with me, folks. We've got a bit of work to do here. And why I'm so really anxious is that we're over the top of an oyster bed. And I tell you what, if I was up on the south coast of New South Wales, I'd be eating them. But out here, this is where a lot of fish are. Now, this is a barramundi. Actually, I'll get him there. Amazing, amazing to get barra in the middle of the ocean here. Oh, come on. And out he comes. And look at that. Look at that. Wowee. I tell you what, Bushy, there is just something about barra in the salt water in the sea. They are just a lot more streamlined. Noel will give you a look at them. It's really streamlined, aren't they?
Just
that should just come out just so easy. I'll let you do that. Just watch the lure. But oh, did he slam it? Wowee. Nice looking fish. Nice looking fish. Thought he was bigger than he was, but Lance said by jingo, once they go bang in the ocean, they really put on a little bit of a parade.
Chrome, aren't they? Yeah,
they are chrome. Sensational.
And you'll see that yellow tail. That's a bit of a dead giveaway that she's a full-on ocean barramundi.
Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful fish, Bushy.
Right, I'll spear him in, Rexy.
Yeah, mate. See you later.
He's away.
Wow, how about that, folks? You know, I never tire of this, Bushy. I tell you what, every time we go to a new spot, it just goes to show you got the guide, you get the local knowledge. I would have driven past here because I thought I was going to run aground.
What we're trying to do here is just bump right down over these oyster rocks with the lure, and hopefully a fish will just come out from the side of it and go bang. And I think I might have even had a tap then. I'm not sure whether I just hit an oyster rock or whether it was a fish, but we'll find out. Yep, Rexy, I go on. Oh, it's a barra. It's a nice barra. It's a nice barra. It's what we want. Come on, away from that rock. Oh, there he is. Go onto the boat and don't go near the anchor rope. There he is, Noel. There he comes. Yeehaw! Yes! Woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you. What a nice fish. Ooh. See if we can get the hooks out of this one. Boy, we took a few casts, but he is a lovely fish. Well, there we go. Look at that, a chrome bar. Solid fish. Not a monster, but a very solid fish. And when you catch them around these shallow oyster rocks, they certainly get you going. Boy, oh boy. All right, now there's a local tradition up in these areas. It's when the guide says, Bushy, if you let that fish go and we've got nothing for dinner, you will never come here again. This one is not going back, folks. He's going in the boat.
Good on you, Bushman. Isn't he great? Perseverance he mentioned during that particular segment. And he's been here with myself for an hour and a half, just on the other side of the tide, and we knew something might happen. A couple of early fish were good for you folk, but we do put in the time, and so many people say, is it always good fishing? Well, the answer is yes, but we mightn't always catch the fish. But it's great fun anyhow. Hope you're enjoying the show. Oh, beautifully done. Come here. Come here. Beautiful saltwater barra. Breeding time in the top end, and they'll be whirling around looking for their mates. A nice little fish. I can lift him up anyhow and show you. A nice little fish to end this segment. It's been a good segment. It really has. Look at this. Beautiful saltwater barra in all his glory, or her glory later on. They are a unique species. They're lean and mean in the salt water, but as the billabongs fill up, they'll be just feeding on all of the magnificent food supply in this top end. So you come here, matey. You come here. A little bit of a comfort lift. And what a beautiful example of why we come to the top end. Ravenous, beautifully sleek, uniquely Australian. Our very own top end barramundi. It's good to have you along, folks.
So it's just about a wrap, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Dusting off old footage and saying, have a look at that. Now, most important thing before we go tonight, folks, is the MS raffle in conjunction with GoFish Nagambie. Of course, the boat, motor and trailer package is great, but the low-range HDS 9 live imaging sounder, absolutely magnificent, with 500 large to spend on the very, very lovely Mitchelton wines. We'll catch you again somewhere in the wonderful world of fishing. I'm Rex Hunt, and goodbye for now. G'day folks, I'm Rex Hunt. Multiple Sclerosis Limited is a proud charity partner of GoFish Nagambie. Now, MS is an insidious chronic disease that attacks the central nervous system. The thing about it is it attacks young adults, which is most common. The frightening thing about it is there ain't no cure. MS and GoFish Nagambie have put together this magnificent raffle with a major prize package valued at over 21,000 large, folks. How good is that? Stacer have generously donated their 4.3 metre 409 Proline angler fitted with a 40 horsepower Mercury. And folks, you wouldn't leave the ramp without the low-range HDS 7 Live with active imaging. Second prize is the low-range HDS 9 Live with active imaging. Now folks, this beauty features the best suite of fish finding tools from active imaging, live sight and real-time sonar to structure scan 3D. The best sonar and navigation technology in a mid-sized display. Third prize is $500 to spend at Mitchelton Wines in Nagambie. Oh, a nice drop. So folks, what are you waiting for? Come down to Melbourne Marine Centre and check out this magnificent prize. All proceeds support Aussies living with MS. Righto, follow this link. Yibbity yibbita, get your tickets now.